Alright. Alright. Meaning Showdown, Bugger. Work. Come hang out. Okay. Let's wait for folks to come in, and then we'll say hello to folks as they come through. We've got quite a few bug reports that we need to work on today. And I also have a couple tasks as well in general that I need to work on. So that'll take me some time. How you beat Koraidon without Rain Dance? How do you beat Koraidon without Rain Dance? I mean, there's lots of different ways. If you hit it with a fairy-type move, you can force it to terrestrialize and then kind of, like, scare it that way. Koraidon's kind of Terra-hungry, so you can kind of take advantage of that and, like, pressure the other Pokemon, knowing that eventually the Koraidon probably wants to Terra, depending on your matchup. Alola. Red Rain Dance is Radiance. Yo, sup, Starry Derp. Alright. Yeah, everyone can say hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We've got quite a few bugs that we need to go through. A few updates as well. So one of them that was come through was this one that we've known about for a while, where Chili Reception doesn't play its flavor text. And so I posted about that, and for some reason this got a whole bunch of like meme reacts. I don't know why, but okay, sure. And then in this one, someone pointed out that so there's a difference in implementation between Parasong and some of the other moves that target everything on the field, so like Gravity and Trick Room and stuff. And so the implementation differences mean that there are like some things that are correct, some things that aren't. And so they were very nice, and they posted this replay here, showing that if you use Prankster Parasong, I don't know why they did it like this, but it affects Incineroar. In game, it would not affect Incineroar. Affect Incineroar. So yeah. We've got a few others that we need to go through as well. So we've got quite a lot to look at today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. It says PokeCourse Client. The search formats functionality jumps randomly when searching. Okay. I think they're just talking. I think they're assuming they're talking about this. Yeah, where it like pops up down below. Yeah, that's known. Yeah. So I'm gonna count that as confirmed. That's a client bug. Team search does not consistently stay attached to the format selector. This is reproducible in Chrome as well. Let me see if I can get it as well. So if I do like AG, I can get it if I do it quick enough. It's kind of annoying to do it, but there we go. And I'll just post a spoiler of this. And I think if you type slow, it does not happen. Oh, it does happen. AG. If I do national, I assume what's going on is it's like trying to force it to go down here or something. Not 100% sure. I can consistently reproduce with typing AG in the team builder. Alright. Notice how the format drops to the bottom of the page. I don't actually know why that happens. I do know that it happens, though. Alright. Pretty basic one. Saw something on Sunfisk about using different keyboards letting you use disallowed Pokemon. Yeah, I did see that. And technically, I think they're right. I'm pretty sure that is correct. Because, yeah, I am also a avid Stunfisk fan. Let me see where they posted this at. It was like the art. It was on Stink Post Sunday. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they said you could just use let's see. Okay, they got the copy paste. All right. Yeah, that is a bug. It should not behave this way. So if we do Ubers. If I do like, I don't know, Arceus Dragon or something like that. Alright. Why did it do that? Oh, because I didn't put it in. Right, it should be like that. This will be Draco Plate. And we'll do Sleep Talk. No, it's not broken, it's just funny. We do have a rule against it, but I don't exactly remember how that works. The only real way to fix that is, like, strip out those characters. There's another thing that you can do as well. That's very obnoxious. Like a long, annoying character that you can do. I don't remember if I had this over here. I think I do. Zero code with. Yeah, there we go. That's another one. That's another one that you can do. So, we've got a couple others that are similar bugs. Or ones that I would consider to be bugs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do things like that. There's another really annoying one that I'd love to do. Let me see if I can find it. It's like I used this on some of my doubles OU teams. I remember this because I used it to be very obnoxious. Which one was it that I used it on? It was like shoot. I don't remember where it was at. Let me see if I can find out. Oh, there's so many in here. I did this with some guy where I, like, spammed a really obnoxious nickname at them to troll them. But I don't remember where I put it at. I'm just checking all my nicknames. Showcasing all my black and white DOU teams. I'm not seeing it, though, where I put these at. Because it was like me versus Frania. Let me see if I can find that. I think it was deleted in the replay purge, though. That's a problem. Yeah, it's gone now. I'll just do the Arceus Steel one. That's good enough. Can I challenge someone on Showdown? And then I will verify that nickname does incorrectly appear when it should not. Excellent. I'm just going to challenge you to Ubers, since that's a real format. And then I'm going to look up where the Arceus code happens at. I'm pretty sure that happens server side. Alright. Yeah, so see, it does say, it says Arceus Dragon, but if I read it, it says Arceus Steel. And we'll just use Sleep Talk or whatever. So you can just click any move you want, Skyman. Perfect. Okay. Just wanted to have one turn in there. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do this, and we'll report. This is, I don't know, I guess this is a chat bug technically. Arceus nicknames can be, there. Let me see, how do I want to word this? Let me see if I can find the anti-Arceus nickname, stuff. Let me see where that was at. This is going to be very hard to find because there's going to be so many of these, but... Nope, that's not it. It's not going to be in Learn Set, it's not going to be in here. Nope, Arceus is not there. That's all just a validator. It'd probably be in the... I guess it would be in the validator. That would be the most... That would make the most sense to me. For, like, where it would be at. It'd probably be in the validator. It's definitely not going to be in a Learn Sets file. I'm just going to be scrolling through endless Learn Set files until I actually... Nope. That's not it. Team validator? Nope. There's nothing in here that's specifically doing that. I know there's something that we have that specifically restricts it. Sometimes when you forfeit, it says to forfeit again, but when I press forfeit, it doesn't do it. I've seen that happen before when you, like, rejoin a game, like when the battle is already over. Especially a very long battle. I've seen that before. That's not been reported. I know about that bug, though. So that'd be a fine one to get reported. Do I read any webcomics or manga? I do not, just generally. Well, there's no Arceus stuff specifically here. I doubt it'd be stripped out client side, because if it was stripped out client side, then, nope. That's not gonna be anything. Maybe it is client side. I guess I'll check. I wouldn't expect it to be client side, but maybe it is client side. Let's see here. Arceus. Nothing like that. Nope, this is handling sprites, so that's not it. It's definitely not here because that's not trying to get around it. I could have sworn we had something like this. Let me look at Fergus says I cooked. I am streaming. Is this safe to click? Alright. It's not safe to click. Alright. I'm clicking it then. So let's look up here for Arceus and let's see if there are any comments here that handled this. There's so many of these. Because it's going to be a bunch of bans and like real things that are happening. I don't know how long ago this was a thing. I might need to actually look at like the Smogon, like if there's a thread on Smogon or something. You're thinking about making a bug report for future site? It doesn't say which targets it's directed to, but in the game, the animation shows which side it's going to. Yes, Garrett Spencer, that would be excellent to have a bug report for. That's a known thing that we know. But yeah, we don't have any support for future attacks on the client, and we should. Not only do you have the animation, like you said, but also if you like do Y info, you can tell which Pokemon was targeted by it. Because that info will show up in the overlay. You have a replay? That's perfect. Yeah, just anything with Future Sight in doubles is fine. And then preferably cartridge footage of the actual animation, and then the like the Y info stuff as well. None of these are correct. What's my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Minun. My favorite Pokemon is Minun. I like Minun the most. Whenever we did this must have been a long freaking time ago, because I don't see anything. I don't see where this is at. I don't see where the commit was at. I mean, can I just nickname an Arceus? Like, just normally? So if I, like, take out the junk, right? And if I do Arceus Steel. Is that a general thing that you can't do? Like, can I not, like, do Giratina and, like, nickname it Giratina Origin? Is that what the problem is? Is, like, am I looking too specifically at Arceus? So let me try challenging you again, Skyman. Can you just submit a 4 request with a fix? I mean, if you... that's going to be a big thing, Garrett. Because you're probably going to have to introduce new protocol or modify existing protocol to pass over the target. Because I don't think the target is currently sent to the client. And so you'd need to modify that so that future attacks send the target to the client. And then you'd also have to modify it on the client to actually display it. So that'd be a big change. So I would recommend doing the bug report. That way you have the solid basis. Technically, you don't need it. I would give you just approval for that. But yeah, okay, that's what's going on here. So it just strips out my nicknames there. It's not anything to do with Arceus specifically. So it's getting stripped out in the... it's getting stripped out when it for alternate forms in general. So I do think this has to be in the validator. I imagine there's something that clears it. Let me check for the nickname in here. If nickname is if name species dot name not equal to species dot name. Okay, it's just checking that there. That's what's going on. And so it's probably, yeah, it's probably breaking in that part. I think that's probably what's going on, yeah. No, doesn't have to be nickname of different pigment what it actually is. Well, that's what happens if I do like, call Giratina Mudkip though. Like if I call it Mudkip, it will fail validation. Yeah. But if I call it Giratina Origin, it's perfectly fine with that. It should error there. Maybe not. Maybe it's like a convenience feature? Can I make a puzzle in Minun tournament? No, I cannot do that. Or in a sense, I will not do that. This must be what it is, but I don't get where the... Because that's the only... Unless there's something... Yeah, this is the only place where this is, like, even touched. I mean, this isn't removed in the actual, like, query, I don't think. Like, when I do this, yeah, it has this inside of it. So it's the pack team will have it as well. So I don't think it's on the client. I think it's got to be on the server. So, I don't understand what is going on with this. It's got to be somewhere in here, but I don't know where it's at. No, that's useful. Now we purge invalid nicknames and make sure it's a real team. Okay. This is in uploading to the server. But that's not correct. Oh, I'm searching for nicknames. So that's not very helpful. And then there's just a bunch of strings that are not helpful. I would imagine it'd be set.name that equals something. That's the thing. It's just very obnoxious. It's not clear to me where this happens. Unless this happens in nickname clause, that's possible. Nickname clause. If name equals this.dex.species.base species continue. Yeah, this seems to be handled elsewhere, like as far as I can tell. So it's not at all clear to me, like, where's these even set at. It must get fixed at some point when they go through. Yeah, because this is the only other spot where this actually comes up. If name species on base species equals this, so if that name equals... That must be... This must be it. I think this is what's going on here. Where it's actually being called later. How do you create your own separate Showdown server? I would recommend you follow the directions on the server repository. So you follow the directions here for installation and how to get that set up. That's what I would recommend. Broadly, what you want to do is kind of just download the server. I think you can follow the contributing.md file. I think you'll... Yeah, this should give you everything that you should need to know. at the top at the very least. That should give you a rough, good idea of what's going on. That should give you, because basically what you do is you like download the server, you set up a config, you're good to go. So I imagine this is what's actually causing this to happen. So let me do a console log here. I am here, and I'm gonna print the species dot base species. And let's see how this behaves. All right. So if I load up my Umpers, and I load up Giratina with Sleep Talk, and I load it up with Giratina Origin, and I click Validate. No, I complained about that, but let's try it with EVs. Okay. Let's see what it does. So it does run at. So let me check and see if I do no nickname. It was there 2 times. Let's see if it's there 1 or 2 times now. Or it's there 3 times still. So what if I nickname it something else? If I nickname it like that, perfect. That did not run that time. I imagine that's what's going on, is that that's actually not a very robust check. Yeah. And it just kind of overwrites it as a convenience thing without actually taking care of it. That makes sense. Okay. So, using let me see if I've got the so when was the last time this was touched, because currently still defaults nicknames to full species names, the base names as you might expect. This will have to be fixed later. It doesn't even seem like it's intended to fix that bug though in particular. So, like, I'm not really seeing anything explicit saying that, like, you can't do this in the first place. As part of, nothing here in comments or in code is saying that you can't do this. I think this is just like I think this just, like, happens to be the case. I don't think this is actually, like, intentional, so I'm actually not counting that as a bug. I think it's not a bug. I don't see any code specifically saying that it shouldn't work this way. I think it's just a happenstance. So this is fine. I'm gonna just allow it. That's fine. You guys can use those all you want. Until someone says otherwise. So yeah, we've got that. I'm just gonna count that as good. Kind of a weird thing to count as good, but I mean, I don't see anything that says you can't do it. So, and it'd be kind of obnoxious to implement as well, because then you'd have like people like evading it with all sorts of things. It's kind of obnoxious. If you want to have fun, they can have fun. So let's look at our next one. When NMSing the moves of regional forms that evolve from a base form, the pre-evolutions forms are included. This glitch also applies to the evolutions of the affected Pokemon, e.g. Mr. Rhyme. NDS does not have the glitch. Okay. I think that's probably correct. Like, this report is probably correct. They say NDS does not have this glitch. So they're just checking here to see moves that are in one and not the other. That's what they're doing here with this command. But if I do, like, NMS, covet, Then what's Mr. Rhyme's ability? Like screen cleaner? Oh, right. That wouldn't do that. That's searching for moves. I can't do it like that. So, yeah, it's saying that. No, you could get around it in other ways, Garrett. You could just strip out a certain subset of characters. We do that in other contexts. Like we don't allow just any we don't allow just any like UTF-8 characters or UTF-16 characters. We only allow a specific. We have a specific blacklist. I'm pretty sure. Instead of a whitelist, I'm pretty sure it's a blacklist, and we just take out characters that are annoying or cause problems. So I'm assuming they're saying here, in like if I put it in national dex. So if I did national dex, just base national dex, and I did Mr. Rhyme, if I did covet, that counts as legal according to the team builder. It's legal at national dex. So if I just do Mr. Rhyme, it's going to say that there's no covet in here. Yeah. So that does seem to be a bug. That seems probably how the material is set up. So, and they said the other way around doesn't happen. So I'm fine with that. That does seem like a bug to me. NMS with regional forms that evolve from... You know, I'm actually thinking, now that I think about it, wouldn't that... This probably isn't an NMS bug, is it? Because I think this would happen in a regular case as well. So I'm trying to think of like one where no, there would never be. Well, no, there would be a case if it was bugged. So like DaWoblefet with Splash would be one. So if I look up MS7 DaWoblefet, it does include Splash. What if I look up NMS DaWoblefet? So that includes Splash. Now, why would that be the case? Because it's the same thing. I don't think DaWoblefet itself has Splash in its learn sets file. It doesn't. Well, only an 8 though. Doesn't have anything else otherwise. So it should not be able to learn it. Outside of 8 here. Well, that's why I know I checked in 7 though. Yeah, and 7 reports that it does have Splash. But then NMS has it. Well, let me look at just MS, because MS might be different. Yeah, it has no moves. Because there's no DaWoblefet in the game. But include Splash there. I'm trying to think if there's another example that wouldn't be National Dex. Because Mr. Rhyme is like... Oh wait, Mr. Rhyme itself should be... Because you can transfer in old moves into Gen 8. So we would be able to check to see if this... So if I look at MS8, Mr. Rhyme. You have your first custom avatar soon? That is cool. So, it does include Covet here. But you're telling me if I do NMS8. How do you do NMS? Is Mr. Mime in the game? I don't think it's in the game, right? Yeah, it's not in the game. So this list should be identical. But it's definitely not identical. Because there weren't any new moves that, that Mr. Rhyme could have gotten. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure why that would happen. I'm trying to think of another... I can't think of another example. That would be just a regular one. Actually, can I do the NatDex parameter? Does that work? Okay, it does work. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, that's MS8, though. So if I take out the NetDex parameter... Yeah, those should be identical. No, they're not identical. Look, it doesn't have barrier. It does have covenant in both places. It doesn't have barrier, though. Why wouldn't it have barrier? There shouldn't be any difference between Mr. Rhyme and National Dex and Mr. Rhyme and, like in Gen 8 National Dex. Yeah. I don't know if that's a general thing. With certain regional forms. I'll form evolutions. It probably has to do with, there's no Galarian Mine Jr., right? Is that what's going wrong here? Is that you can't get a, I forget how that Pokemon works. Let me see here. Because there is a Galarian Mr. Mime. Galarian Mr. Mime. So Galarian Mr. Mime evolves from Mime Jr. still. If I'm understanding correctly. Yeah. Level up knowing Mimic outside of Galar. Level up knowing Mimic in Galar. Okay. So that's all you need to do. So, yeah, it's based on what Mime Jr. itself can learn. There still shouldn't be a difference between the two, though, unless there was a, No, there would never be a difference between the two, because it should be Mime Jr. should have all access to all the same moves. I'm gonna say some other interesting discrepancies. SMS8, Mr. Rhyme, Paul gives different results from MS8, Mr. Rhyme, not Dex, all. But as far as I can tell, they should be identical, because in Gen 8, Mr. Rhyme should have all the same move legality in both National Dex and regular play, since it's in the game. So let's go ahead and do, so this is the regular. And let's go ahead and do like this. /ms8. Mr. Rhyme, natdex, all. Oh, let's not do that. And now, what's the difference between the two? Let's check out what the difference between the two is. Alright. So which additional moves does natdex claim that I can learn? Quite a few, actually. Barrier, Captivate, one of the double moves. Flash, Frustration. Oh, these are all Dexdid moves. Yeah, these are all Dexdid moves, aren't they? That's what's going on here. Yeah, Double Slap. Was Double Slap actually Dexdid? Double Slap seems... Oh, I do have Dexdid? I'm surprised at that. Is that really Dexdid? And a gen where they had Mr. Mime? Oh yeah, they just Dexdid Double Slap. Okay. All the other ones look like they're Dexdid. I'm pretty sure Signal Beam was also Dexdid. That's the only other one that I'm not sure of off the top of my head. But all the other ones look like they were Dexdid. So that explains the difference there. Yep. So that's not a discrepancy. Because they're both... That's just the other ones not appearing. So, Barrier doesn't exist. Captivate. Charge Beam is one that's weird. I feel like Charge Beam should appear, for sure. Because I mean, Charge Beam is in the game, right? Yeah, so that one's not... I don't actually know what the heck's causing it here, so I'm just going to give it up there. This guy found it. I'm just going to let it go for there. Alright. We've got an unsure bug report from Magical Archer. When using Pledge moves, the Solar Pokemon has it registered as using the ally's Pledge move rather than its own. Check turn 2, and then they tried to upload something that didn't work. I assume that's probably Discord or something. I legit cannot tell. How do I see what image this is? I feel like I should be able to see that. Do this? Yeah, it is a Discord image. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So... Faster Greninja, Venusaur. The two Pledges have become one. It's combined move. That's how Pledges work, is it not? I'm like 1,000% sure that's how Pledges work. Yeah, yeah, that's always how. Yeah. Yeah. This is how Pledges actually work. Please only report bugs that you've actually tested in game to make sure they're really bugs. I mean, I'll just triple. No. I don't even need to double check this. This is how this. And not a bug. All right. Pretty easy one to move over. All right, we have a mechanics bug from Schwipper. And random battle mayhem. Oh, good! Very, very odd case here, obviously. But if you look at it, turn 18 to 19, Airlock comes in and doesn't stop the effect of photosynthesis, even though the weather effect is gone. However, afterwards, Airlock is not shown to lock down the sun, but no mon gets the effect of photosynthesis. Again, this is a very, very odd case with shared power. Yeah. There is no defined behavior for how Well, it depends on what they're saying here. Let me just read, because shared power is an OM, so it doesn't have actual explicit behavior. Dude, I hate this so much. These stupid formats. 1 turn. I don't know, freaking god. It's just so obnoxious to try to figure things out. Sunny day, photosynthesis. To activate this airlock. So what's the problem here? Airlock. Okay, so they're complaining that it didn't remove the photosynthesis. Intimidate, pressure. And then I assume photosynthesis is a ability that gets copied by shared power. Okay. But then sun turned back on? Or a calcum pulse. And then it didn't activate airlock. I don't know if that's because it's not activating airlock loudly or what. What are they talking about? I hate... Yeah, I know, there's airlock and photosynthesis stuff, but it's not... This is obnoxious because abilities are all over the place in this. I'm just gonna mark this not a bug. Because I don't think this is like... For how stacking photosynthesis and airlock on the same Pokemon is supposed to behave. There's independent issues currently. With airlock and photosynthesis that are known. So I'm just marking this as not a bug. Because I don't think there's any way that you can, like... I think there's any way that we can actually, like... go through all of this garbage to, like, figure out what, like... What is actually thing here. This specific interaction as not a bug. But more so, undefined behavior. Yeah, I'm marking this as not a bug. I'm certain that there's like a real thing that's in this, but this is not it. Oh, we have 2 more OMs. Oh, I hate OMs so much. Alright, well. What's this one? Poke moves allows for 5 moves when it should be 4. Poke moves do not activate. I am just moving these. Is there a Poke moves thread? I'm just gonna ask Chris for, like... I think I'm not gonna touch these, and I'm just gonna, like, move them into their own thread, because, like, it doesn't... I've never liked OMs being in the main bug reports area. Because there's no way to, like, actually know if something is a bug or not unless a developer working on those formats actually addresses them. So I'm just gonna ignore this and just send them all to Chris. Nicknames Break Poke Moves. Great. Excellent. Wonderful. Alright. Let's look at a real bug report. Let's see here. Alright, according to Bulbapedia, the Dash 8 abilities override Electrify. That's not how it works on Showdown. Either Bulbapedia is wrong or Showdown is wrong. On the side, it does override Ion Boost, like Bulbapedia said. Oh, I can tell you this answer. Because I have the, let me pull it up. Let me pull this up. Oh, where am I at? All right. All right. Set move type for all of these. Check your move type change from changing ability, then change it for Electrify. No, that's definitely wrong. If you do Electrify Hyper Voice, it will become Electric type. I'm very certain of that. As you can see, Blaze Return is not very effective, implying it's Electric type. That is correct. Yeah, that is, I'm 90% sure that's correct, but let's go ahead. We can test in Sword and Shield. Be a pretty quick test. Alright, let's go ahead and do, this. All right. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab Electrify. Oh. Electrify. Moves, please, thank you. Electrify. This one will do. And then we just grab this Pixie Plate guy. Not Pixie Plate, this would be Pixelate. Pixelate. Works for me. Alright, let me just go ahead and jack this Sylveon up. I can't battle it here, so I'm gonna have to... let's see here. Sort by type. I believe there's, yeah, the Game Freak fight has a grab lock. I can check against that. By the way, if anyone is available, I would love to do some Paradox ability testing. Has to do with speed order stuff, but I need a second partner for it. So if anyone is available for testing that in Scarlet and Violet, that would be excellent. You're down? Okay, that'd be excellent. You have Scarlet and Violet starried up to be able to test in? You'd also need like a never mind. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Oh, nerve now, that would be excellent. But let me go ahead. I want to test this thing just to make sure. You're busy? Oh, you were so excited, and then you said you're busy. Yeah. I have been getting messages from a top VGC player telling me that something is wrong with how that stuff works, so I want to check it. So if I use double edge into grab block. Oh, it used detect. Wonderful. You're listening while you are battling? Alright. Electrify, double edge. Double edge. Did neutral damage and not super effective damage. So, as indeed correct as suspected. You might be busy when you do it. Wait a couple minutes. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got plenty of time. I was wanting to do it tonight. So let me go ahead and switch back to this, and I'll respond to this one. Electrify changes type after -8 abilities. I'll just link to this. I verified it in-game in Gen 8, just to make sure. Gen 7's behavior is identical. I'm like 1,000% sure of that. Because I think Sadistic Mystics stuff has it as well. Yep. Yeah, they do it. They do it later there as well. That is not a bug. Classic. Now to make sure. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna just send a whole bunch of these OM bugs off to Chris while I wait for Nerve Now to be available. Nerve Now, yeah, I want you to use like an Iron Hands. Iron Hands will be a good test example for us. Iron Hands, and then, like, if you have a really fast Iron Hands, that would be helpful. Like a max speed Iron Hands or like a min speed Iron Hands. One of the two would be useful. And then, like, Pokemon with Tailwind would be handy. Pokemon with Trick Room would be handy. So, like, not anything too crazy. So let me go ahead and send these off to Chris. Various OM reports. Could you triage? Alright. Couple, in general, there's quite a few words that I've marked as OM, but may or may not be actual bugs. If you could look over this list, that'd be helpful. Let me see. For Pokemoves. Let me just see if there's any other ones that were unmarked. I have any Unsurers that were marked like that. That one I need to actually check. We've got OM. No, not OM. Yeah, oh, I'm gonna check. Yeah, I think this is available in the Zoroark. Yeah, yeah. All right, there we go. Turbo or slow hands and speed control. Exactly. Yep, that's right. I'll go ahead and I'll switch over to my my game. Oh, I actually have to put Pokemon Scarlet back in. It'd also be handy if you had a Pokemon that could quickly turn off terrain. So anything with Psychic Surge or Grassy Surge. I'll have some of these too. I love this music, by the way. This song is a banger. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna mute my my Switch, because I'm gonna be going into my main save file. Does it matter if speed control is priority or not? No, it doesn't matter. What's my favorite Pokemon game? There's lots of games that I enjoy, but probably Heart Gold Soul Silver is one of my favorites. Yeah, so let me go ahead. I'm actually gonna, let me switch back over to, well, how am I gonna do this actually? I'm gonna do this. I wanna double check a couple things while I'm getting stuff pulled up. Alright. Okay. Legends Arceus was also very fun. Heart Gold and Soul Silver is probably the game I put the most hours into. And that I enjoyed quite a lot. Alright, let me go ahead and find my Miraidon. It is. Alright, let me grab... I need to grab multiple Iron Hands. And we'll check kind of all the speed stats of all of them later. Yeah, as long as they don't speed tie, I'm good. Just got a shiny Heracross? Let's go. Let's see here. Do I have a nice, convenient... Do I have an Indeedee around here? I do. Okay, and then I'll just grab like a regular Pokemon. That'll be fine. Prepare to celebrate the 2024 World Championships. I'll be celebrating at that in person. Chest form Gimmighoul. You have a small chance to encounter a shiny chest form Gimmighoul. Ooh. I do not care about that. Alright. Are you ready to go? Nerve now? Are you ready? If not, just let me know. Alright. This will be the code we'll use. Yeah, just put it in your battle boxes, and then that should help. Grabbing the iron hands. Yeah, just let me know when you're ready. All right. So what I want you to do is tell me the speed stats of your iron hands. No. One is fine. One is fine. Max Jolly, perfect. Okay. All right. So, I want to start off with some really, really basic stuff. Because I've been getting told by other top players that Miraidon stuff is weird. And it is weird. So, let me check my iron hands. So, hands number 1. So, my iron hands is 56 stat. And my Menopharia is 77 stat. Okay. You did not bring a Miraidon on your team, so I'll have to do a couple things. So I want to do some really, really obvious testing first. So I'm going to lead with Miraidon and regular Iron Hands. And so you can lead with your Iron Hands plus whatever. I don't care what the other whatever is. And I just want to test some real basic stuff at the start, just to make sure, like, okay. So, like, you know, like, hey, one Pokemon is faster than the other. Yeah, okay, that'll be perfect. You can grab them right on in between games. That'll be fine. These Pokemon are in a battle box, right, Nerve, now? So you can easily adjust it. All right. Yep. Your Iron Hands. And then this guy's Iron Hands. All right. Can you tell me what Iron Hands' exact speed stat is for me, please? All right. All right. What I would like to do is side target and kill a Pokemon switching in here. I'll do that next turn since I probably didn't give you enough time. So what I want to do is I want to sack. I want to basically have both of our Iron Hands switch out and kill something, and then switch both of them at the same time the next turn. So this next turn, I'll use Electro Drift into my Charmander, and you can like have your Pagos kill something on switch in. Yeah, so have your Pagos, or actually, no. Have your Pagos can probably kill my Charmander a little bit easier. So switch your Iron Hands into something that I can kill with Electro Drift, like that Tauren or something. And then you can attack into my Iron Hands and kill this Charmander that's coming in. And I'm going to switch both of the Iron Hands in after that point. Okay, so lead. Right on. Narrative now. Poor Charmander. All right, now we're going to go back into our Iron Hands again. Yep, and your Iron Hands goes first again. That is exactly what I expected to see. Okay. Next, we'll forfeit. And ideally, if you could lead with... so the next test that I want to do is I'm going to lead with Tailwind. And so if you could bring your Miraidon up front, that would be excellent. Because my Iron Hands is the slower of the two. Actually, 56 times 2 is not going to outspeed, so I need to use Manofara for that, because Manofara is 77 stat, so in Tailwind it'll outspeed your Iron Hands. So, you add Miraidon to your battle box. And then... Okay, this is like the same song again. Does this playlist not have any other songs? Oh, it says full version? Nah, bro. Okay, we're moving on to something else. I think that has been the same song basically for like 10 minutes. Let's mix it up. Let's mix it up. We'll just do some Final Fantasy VII. So I need to grab Tailwind. That'll work just fine. You don't have it? That's okay. It's annoying. Do you have a pink curtain? With Electric Surge? Nope. Okay, well, I'll have to make do. It'll just involve a little bit more switching on my part. It's okay. No. You shouldn't need to do that. I don't think. Let me update the, this so we can at least have this. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Effectively, just what it means is I have to do is a little bit different, but it's okay. In fact, I'll actually test something else first before we do that. So you can just lead with your Pagos in hands again. That'll be fine. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to lead with I'm going to lead with like Talonflame hands. I'm going to put Miraidon in the back. I'm going to take all my Pokemon because I'm going to need to reset the terrain at some point for this. And so you can just basically kill turns and that will work just fine for me. Alright, so we've got Monofera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to Miraidon to start off with. And then just kill a turn. And we should see, very expected order, we should see Neuronows going before mine. Switching in Miraidon. We should see Neuronows going before... Yep. Before Manofera. Or Manoferia, whatever. I don't know, I speak Italian. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the terrain off. So I'm going to go into Indeedee. I'm going to turn the terrain off. And then I'm going to go into Talonflame, set Tailwind, and then switch to Miraidon. The effects of yours and then effects of mine were off. Yep. Yep. That's another thing. It turned off in the order I expected it to see as well. Switching in Psychic Terrain after Electric Terrain was up. Nerd of Nows over Mono Feria. Okay. So now I'm going to switch the Indeedee back to Talonflame. And we'll fake out again. This Terrapagos is so fast. It's zooming. Not gonna be zooming as fast as my Tailwind boosted Iron Hands, though. So I'll use Tailwind. And then, just like last time, I'm gonna switch into the Miraidon. Fastest turtle in the West. It is zooming. Alright, now I'm going to switch into Miraidon. And we're going to use Fake Out again. So now I'm at 77 stat, right? So My Iron Hands outspeeds Nerd of Now's 112 stat because like 77 times 2 is over 140. So if it is activating based on speed with modifiers, then I would expect my Monofera's attack to go first here. But it doesn't. Yep. It's still Nerd of Now's. Even though I am faster. Switching in electric terrain with Tailwind. Nerd of Now's over Monoferia. So, let me just, like, show this. So, I am 77 speed stat. So, I would outspeed every Iron Hands. Unless it was, like, Choice Scarf Iron Hands, but it's not Choice Scarf Iron Hands. And if I switch into Indeedee, even though I still have Tailwind up, I imagine the same thing is going to happen. So the effects of the opposing and then my Iron Hands were off. So again, it's still Nerd of Now is always going first there. Okay. So I want to then test. So if I go into, I'm gonna go back into Talonflame. I'm going to set Tailwind. I'm going to do the double KO thing. So I'll go back into Talonflame, set Tailwind again, then go into Miraidon, and then we'll each kill something on a switch-in. Alright, I'll use Tailwind again. I'll just Drain Punch this time. That'll also show that I am faster. Alright, so we're doing Rock Polish again. Alright, so now I've got Tailwind up again. So I'm gonna go into my Miraidon, and then we'll set up for the double KO. Hello, Peter. Oh. Okay, let's see here. Someone was tagging me on Showdown saying hello. I nearly responded. Alright, there we go. So we still see the normal thing there of the stuff being out of order. Hello, Peter Cart 4444. Morally obligated Mish into Wob's chat. It is morally obligated to say Mish. I love it when people say Mish. Alright, so now I'm going to Electro Drift your hands, Nerd of Now, and you can switch out, and you can kill my Charmin or Terra Starstorm like we did the last time. The only difference is now I've got Tailwind up. Okay. All right, goodbye, Charmander. What? It didn't die? Real? How did that not die? Your guy sucks. Go into something else I can kill with Electro Drift, then. You got anything else I can kill with Electro Drift? I think as long as Tailwind doesn't end this turn, we're still fine. Oh, perfect. I can kill that. Let me make sure Tailwind doesn't end this turn, though. I don't think it does. It does end this turn. So Tailwind will wear off. So we have to switch around. So I've got to reset Tailwind again. So give me a second. So don't kill me, please. And will Electric Terrain be up for that duration then as well? I think it might be. I might have to do a double reset, actually. Let me just do a double reset. So I'll go into Talonflame, go into Indeedee. Yeah, it is a good thing you switch Miracle to Pelipper. Pelipper is easy to kill. Okay, now I'm going to Tailwind, so don't kill me on this turn. I'll Tailwind and I'll switch back to Miraidon. But we have fresh Electric Terrain and fresh Tailwind. And hopefully weak Terrapagos can kill a Charmander. How can I not kill a Charmander, dude? Terrapagos is so weak. It's crazy. You're on the calcs right now? I have no idea what this Charmander's EVs are, so... I'm pretty sure it doesn't have anything, though. I'm pretty sure it's a level 1. Alright, now you can kill Charmander. And I'm going to Electro Drift the Pelipper. I'm pretty sure my Restricted will kill Pelipper. Unlike your Restricted. Your Restricted can't kill a Charmander, but I think my Restricted can kill a Pelipper. What do you guys think? You know, I thought about actually, I think it might be possible for Miraidon to hit damage overflow on Pelipper, but it would be very hard. You would need a lot more multipliers than I think are currently accessible to it. Alright. Alright, now I still have Tailwind up. And I'll go into Manofera. So this is after a double KO with Electric Terrain with Tailwind. I don't think it would have to be. I don't think it does over 65,000 damage, to be honest. All right. Yep. It's still Nerdum now. This is Iron Hands that goes first. So Tailwind, as you can see, I'm very confident of this. Tailwind is not affecting this this interaction between Quark Drive. So it is speed indicative, but it's only speed indicative in Nerdum's favor because their Iron Hands is base faster than my Iron Hands. So I think that's how this does work then, if I'm understanding this correctly. This does seem to be like how the actual effect works. I'm gonna go ahead and forfeit for now. And I want to actually see if it can overflow. I'm gonna just calc it real fast. Like if you give Miranda enough multipliers, can it kill it? Kind of funny if it could. Let me just look at that for a second. And then Nerve now. What we're gonna do next is I'm gonna test this with a regular multiplier. Like if I give the Iron Hands like a Choice Scarf, like what happens with that? No, Choice Scarf wouldn't be a good one, because Choice Scarf should be a similar idea, where I'm pretty sure mine is going to be slower than yours, because it's not going to count for modifiers. Did you add Overflow into the calc? You probably did. If it's recent at all, then it should be in the calc. So if we look at Miraidon versus Pelipper, alright, let's give it just 4 HP. Alright, oh yeah, we're not getting Overflow anytime soon. Yeah, these are like, It would need to be way weaker than that. Obviously, it's killing like 1,000 Pelipers, but like this is probably the realistically you can get the highest stuff. You can't get Chiyu, and it'd be hard to do this, but yeah, you're nowhere near the 65,000 damage required. I mean, obviously you're doing like literal thousands more damage than is necessary to kill the Pelipper, but we're not anywhere close to Overflow. You would need a lot more than that. You would need it to be at like -6, and even then I don't think it's enough. Yeah, -6 isn't even enough. I would have to also give this like +6 or something. That would Overflow. You do have Overflow supported. Because look at this. You can see here like all the wonky damage rolls going on. Or that's not super wonky, but there should be one that's like overlapping the other. Because of how like this is going on, you can tell it's like way bigger than it should be. The range, it is overflowing. I can tell. Here's a more extreme one. Yeah, there we go. Here's an example of overflow. So you can see the lower damage roll does very high, but the higher damage roll does very low, which is very amusing. And so technically, Nerve, now that means you have a bug in your calc because the percentages aren't in the correct order. It should be this lower number first, but. Very irrelevant. Very irrelevant. And also that would be an upstream bug to fix too. That's not a you problem in my opinion. So let's try this again, but I'm gonna give my guy Choice. I'm gonna give Monofear a Choice Scarf this time. With Choice Scarf, it had 77 speed stat. 77 times 1.5 is 115, which is faster than Iron Hands. So we can do that. Is there a way to allow above level 100 and a way to disable overflow? I don't know, and I don't know why you'd want to. I don't think you can go beyond level 100 in the regular damage calc either. Alright, so let's go ahead and give Monofaria a Choice Scarf. I love this little tune from Final Fantasy VII. It's such a nice, cool little march. Reminds me of, wait, real? I don't have a Choice Scarf. Okay, we'll fix that. Alright, box 28. Box 28. Alright, we'll give it the Choice Scarf. Alright, so now this has Choice Scarf by the magic of editing. Just a different kind of editing. Does Iron Hands get any moves that naturally raises its speed? Like Trailblaze or something like that? Let me see. Raises speed. I'm talking like a +1 speed boost. Like I said, like Trailblaze. Low sweep would, I guess, technically work. Or Scary Face would technically work, but I'd prefer to increase its own speed. Scary Face actually would work, though. Let me do Scary Face. Yeah, I'll do Scary Face on it. Alright. Scary Face. Alright, now we got Scary Face. Yeah, that should be good enough. Because I can lower the opposing Iron Hands' speed. Okay, so if I lead with these two guys now, and you can lead with Iron Hands again, and like Iron Hands Terapagos again will work just fine for our case narrative now. Alright, so I've got my Choice Scarf equipped. Let's see which one activates first. I imagine it's still going to be Nerd of Nows. Yep, still Nerd of Nows. Alright, leading Electric Terrain with Choice Scarf. Mono. Alright, so now I'm going to test Scary Face. And I'll switch into Indeedee because it appears that the interactions are the same every time. So I'll do Scary Face into the Iron Hands, and then I'll switch immediately back to the Miraidon. And that should let us know if, like, actual stat drops are affected. So we know Choice Scarf and Tailwind are not affected. And the clip I was given showed Trick Room not being affected, which makes sense to me. Effects of your Quark Drive were off. Yep. Effects of my Quark Drive were off. Yep. 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 And I'm faster than you. We saw that interaction. Switching extra. With Choice Scarf. Alright, so I'll use Scary Face now again, and now I'll go into Miraidon. Now this one might be interesting. Alright, switching an Electric Train. With... Nope, you're still faster. So, it does not care about any speed interactions at all. So it's just straight up speed without modifiers. So it's probably, I would guess that would mean that this is not an RNG-based speed tie, if I had to guess. That'd probably be a really great way of, like, actually determining that. Switching an Electric Terrain with, Nerd of Now -2 speed. So, still Nerd of Now's faster. So I imagine, yeah, I'm imagining speed ties will not be RNG based at all. So I'm going to, this is where it'd be really nice if you did have Electric Terrain, but you don't. Actually, do you have the move Electric Terrain nerve now? Do you have them move electric terrain at all? If you can check in the battle box. It'll be a little bit slower, but that might help because I want to, okay, that'll be good. Bring that move, the manual move electric terrain, and, I'm going to bring the same Iron Hands as, and I'm just gonna, we'll just use electric terrain once, and I'll switch them in and out, and I'll like set Tailwind or something, and then we'll do the same thing, just to prove that manual electric terrain is no different. Is there anything else that determines speed like this, or is it going to be unique to Quick Drive? There are. This is not terribly surprising to me. There are abilities that work like this in particular. Lightning Rod is the stereotypical example. The Pokemon which redirects the actual electric move with Lightning Rod is the same exact way. It's the Pokemon who is the fastest speed without modifiers. And if this is the case, then I'm going to expect that we're not going to have RNG-based speed ties either. It'll be duration-based speed ties. So I'll test that. But let me go ahead and I'm just going to lead with double Iron Hands. Yeah, there's another one that's like it too. Trying to think of another one that's on top of my head that's like that. And you guys, I think you could talk. Electric Train on the hands itself would be good. Oh, I could do that. That might actually be a little bit better, but that's okay. I might do that in the next game. Actually, I think it might be better if Electric Train is not on the hand specifically, in case for some reason it prioritizes it using it on the user. Nerve, now let me know on this trainer screen who is on the left for you. Like on the trainer card screen here. I show that I am on the left, that DaWoblefet is on the left. Do you show that DaWoblefet is on the left? You're on the left? Okay, so that's not reliable. Okay, good to know. So I'm not exactly sure who the host is here, but that's all right. So just go ahead and use Electric Terrain, and I'm just going to verify that things look normal here. Using Electric Terrain. No, this will have poor priority. It's just it won't be as easy to tell. So I'm expecting this to be Nerd of now, then Monofera. Yep, there is that one. Yep. And then DaWoblefets. Alright. Just about as expected there. We'll go ahead and just kill some turns. I'm going to double switch into Indeedee and Talonflame, so do not use Electric Terrain just yet. I'm going to set Tailwind and then double switch back to hands, and then you can set Electric Terrain again. Do we know if priority changes between games with 4 players? No. Once it's, or at least historically, once it's used, you're locked in. So like you'd be locked in for the whole set with that particular port, or like port, you know, like host is technically the correct term. How do I want to do this? Because I'll just Psychic that guy. No, wait one more turn. Wait one more turn. I'm gonna use Tailwind first, and then and then double switch back into hands. And Union Circles, the host always be the person who makes the Union Circle. I'm 90% sure that is correct, Georgian. I'm not actually sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. I haven't actually fooled enough with it to know. So I'm gonna go back to these guys. And now you can use Electric Train. Now Tailwind up. This is basically just to confirm that setting manual Electric Train is no different. Okay. Yep, first Nerve Nows. Then Menoparia. As expected. Alright, so I'm gonna grab a couple Iron Hands and make them Jolly Max speed. And we'll test some speed ties with them. Actually, using a mechanic like this would be probably one of the better ways of checking if it does behave that way. I assume I'm the host because I think, am I on the left here for you as well, Nerve now? Like, am I on the left? Like like, do you see DaWoblefet Nerve now like this? So the trainer profile pictures were reversed, but here do you see? Okay. Yeah. So you have Nerve now on the right-hand side still, on this screen. So I will give myself a couple of max speed Iron Hands. Real quick. All right, box 29. Alright. Max speed 1. Hope I can actually give it speaker signature. Max speed 2. If this were in person, it'd be easy to tell. Yeah, you could just, like, look at each other. Oh yeah, that's true. I did choose the rules. Yeah, so I'm definitely the host. I think you're right. If I'm recalling correctly, I think that means that I think the order will always be my Iron Hands, or my left slot Iron Hands, then my right slot Iron Hands, then your Iron Hands. I'm pretty sure that's how this will work. And so you're gonna bring the Raichu, and then also, yeah, the Rillaboom as well. And you'll basically, like, after the Raichu sets Electric Terrain, you'll switch out to Rillaboom, and then back into Raichu, and then set Electric Terrain again. And we'll basically do this a bunch of times, and we should see the exact same order every time, if I'm understanding this correct. Or if it's exactly like Lightning Rod, which is what I expect to see. Oh, Sweet Bell's another ability that's like this. Alright. So let me just show that these are all actually max speed, so they're named as such, but max speed, max speed. 112, they're all 112. I probably should have given them actual moves, but whatever. Like good filler moves, but we'll just spam charge. So with triple max speed hands. Electric terrain set. So first, it is hosts left, then hosts right, then opponents left in this case. All right, so now you can go into grassy terrain, placing electric terrain. So now switch out your Raichu into the Rillaboom. Yeah, we should be able to, we should be able to see this. And they should all wear off in the same kind of order. I would expect them to, at least. Yep, max speed 1, max speed 2, and Iron Hands. Yep. Yep, so go back into Raichu and reset electric terrain again. These charge animations are very slow, but I don't want to attack myself. Okay, so now I'll just continue to do this. I'll do this one more time. So if you use electric terrain again, we should still see it again, going down the exact same order. And like the statistical improbability of this happening would be like, I don't actually know what the actual numbers would be, but that I would be winning the exact same speed size in the exact same order is surprising. Also, look at this, I'm getting Speed F boost now from using charge so much. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, so you can go ahead and switch into Rillaboom now. Again, and I'm going to also switch out max speed 1 into something else. And then switch max speed 1 back in. And then you're going to use electric terrain again, and we should see a different order. So if I go into, like, Charmander, and you can switch into your Rillaboom. Oh, I'm stupid. I should have had you stay in. I could have gone into Indeedee and then back out, and then immediately you could have clicked electric terrain. Would have saved a turn that way, but it's okay. Rillaboom, the scholar. He ain't monkeying around. He got a degree. Max speed 1, max speed 2, max speed 3. Yeah, exactly. Very, very improbable. Especially with how I know how this thing works. So now switching in the Iron Hands again. And then with Nerve now going back to Iron Hands. Or excuse me, going back to Raichu. Yeah, I know, right? So now with you going back to Iron Hands. Or, Alolan Raichu. So now now max speed 1 has been on the field the least amount of time. So it's been on the field the least amount of time, so it should go last. So now it should go max speed 2 then Nerd of Now's Iron Hands, and then Max Speed 1. That is what I'm predicting to see happen here. So first, Max Speed 2. Then, Nerd of Now's. Then Max Speed 1. And now if you go, if you switch Raichu out into Rillaboom again. We should see the exact same order in the abilities being turned off. Max Speed 2, then that one, and then mine. Yep. So it is, I think, pretty clearly deterministic. All right. So this is effectively what I suspected was happening. So that's good to know. I think I'm going to go ahead and end that there, because I think that's good enough for me. I think I can write up my post based on this information. I've been taking notes, and we've got all of this. So, seems pretty confident. I feel pretty confident about that. All right, I think I will, I think I'll just wrap it up then, unless I got a bug report that came in the last 5 seconds. Nope, it didn't. All right. I'll go ahead and just call it there. Thank you for helping out, Nurm. Now I appreciate it. You just joined for the end? Yeah, get mished, Konya. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Have a good evening.